A violent storm crashes against the shores of the Gold Coast, leaving the royal palace on edge. Prince Kofi, an adventurous soul, sneaks away from the palace to explore the aftermath. Amidst the wreckage on the beach, he discovers a shimmering pearl-like tear resting on the sand. The moment he touches it, a strange sensation courses through him, and he begins to hear faint whispers from the ocean. Kofi brings the tear to the palace, intrigued by its origin. As the whispers grow louder, he realizes they are guiding him towards something. That night, the sea calls to him in his dreams, promising secrets and dangers he cannot ignore. Following the whispers, Kofi ventures to a secluded lagoon and encounters Anya, a mermaid with emerald scales and sorrowful eyes. She reveals the tear he found is hers, shed during her grief over an ancient curse plaguing her people. The curse, tied to the mermaid's sacred pearls, threatens to destroy the ocean's balance if left unbroken. Anya pleads with Kofi to help her retrieve the remaining pearls scattered across the ocean. Though skeptical, Kofi feels a deep connection to Anya's plight and agrees to assist, unaware of the challenges ahead. Anya shares a tale of an ancient alliance between the humans of the Gold Coast and the merfolk. Long ago, their unity protected both land and sea, but human greed severed the bond. The sacred pearls, symbols of their pact, were stolen and scattered, leaving the mermaids cursed and vulnerable. Prince Kofi listens intently, realizing his kingdom's forgotten history. Anya warns that the curse will soon cause destruction, starting with the collapse of the coastal waters. Feeling the weight of his royal duty, Kofi promises to help Anya restore the balance, even as doubts linger in his heart. The ocean whispers grow louder as Kofi begins his journey with Anya. The voices reveal hidden truths and guide them toward their first destination, the underwater ruins of an ancient temple. Kofi discovers his newfound ability allows him to understand the language of sea creatures, which becomes invaluable on their journey. Anya warns Kofi of the dangers ahead, including dark sea spirits that guard the scattered pearls. Undeterred, Kofi arms himself with a talisman from the palace, a relic said to protect against spiritual forces. The two venture into the waves, their bond growing stronger with each stroke into the unknown. Deep beneath the waves, Kofi and Anya reach the Temple of Echoes, the resting place of the first pearl. The temple is guarded by a spectral figure known as the Keeper of Whispers, who tests those seeking the pearl with riddles and illusions. Kofi's bravery and wit are put to the test as he solves the Keeper's riddles while battling his own fears. Anya's knowledge of the ocean's history proves vital as they navigate the temple's traps. After a tense final trial, they recover the first pearl, which glows brightly as if recognizing Kofi's intent to restore the alliance. With the first pearl in hand, Kofi and Anya continue their quest. However, retrieving the pearl awakens a dark sea spirit known as Amaza, a vengeful entity cursed to guard the pearls. Amaza vows to stop them, believing humanity unworthy of reconciliation with the merfolk. As Kofi and Anya evade Amaza's wrath, Kofi begins to question his ancestors' role in the alliance's downfall. Determined to prove his sincerity, he resolves to confront his kingdom's hidden truths, even as danger looms. Back on land, Kofi seeks the wisdom of an elder fisherman, Ayu, who tells of a time when humans and merfolk thrived together. Ayu's stories reveal the betrayal that broke their alliance, a human king who coveted the pearls for their magical properties. Realizing the gravity of his ancestors' actions, Kofi is more determined to set things right. Ayu gives Kofi an enchanted net, said to have been a gift from the merfolk during their peaceful days, to aid him in his journey. The ocean whispers lead Kofi and Anya to a treacherous underwater cave inhabited by sirens. These sirens guard the second pearl but lure intruders with haunting melodies. Anya warns Kofi to resist their songs, as even a moment of weakness could doom them. With Anya's guidance, Kofi uses his ability to understand the sirens' true desires. He strikes a deal with their leader, offering a piece of his enchanted net in exchange for the pearl. Though reluctant, the sirens honor the deal, allowing them to secure the second pearl. As Kofi and Anya retrieve more pearls, the curse begins to tighten its grip on the ocean. Unnatural storms and dying sea creatures are clear signs of the curse's escalation. Anya grows weaker, the toll of the curse evident on her once vibrant scales. Kofi feels the weight of his responsibility grow heavier. The ocean's whispers reveal a prophecy. Only a union of true trust between human and merfolk can fully lift the curse. Kofi and Anya must rely on each other more than ever. Amaza corners Kofi and Anya in a coral reef, demanding the pearls. In a desperate bid to escape, Anya sacrifices herself by drawing Amaza away, leaving Kofi to flee alone. Devastated, Kofi returns to the lagoon and pleads with the ocean for guidance. The ocean's whispers reveal that Anya is still alive but imprisoned in Amaza's lair. To rescue her, Kofi must prove his loyalty to the merfolk by facing a trial that tests his courage, humility, and willingness to sacrifice for others. Guided by the whispers of the ocean, Kofi reaches the sacred Isle of Tides, where the trial awaits. He is met by 3 water spirits who each represent a virtue: courage, humility, and sacrifice. They task Kofi with navigating a series of challenges that will force him to confront his deepest fears and weaknesses. In the first trial, Kofi faces illusions of his ancestors accusing him of failing to uphold their legacy. In the second, he must humble himself by surrendering his royal pride to save a trapped sea turtle, proving his empathy for all ocean life. The final trial demands he plunge into an abyss, trusting the ocean to protect him. Emerging victorious, Kofi earns the spirit's blessing and a magical conch shell to summon aid in his hour of need. With the conch shell in hand, Kofi ventures into Amaza's lair, a shadowy trench filled with hostile sea creatures. Summoning his courage, Kofi uses the conch to call upon the ocean's allies, dolphins, manta rays, and even glowing jellyfish, to create a distraction while he searches for Anya. He finds her trapped in a magical cage, weakened but alive. Using the enchanted net given by Ayu, Kofi breaks the spell holding Anya captive. Together, they escape the lair, but not without Amaza vowing to destroy them for defying her. As they regroup, Anya reveals that the curse has begun to affect her people even more severely. The mermaids are losing their ability to sing, a gift that sustains their connection to the ocean. Without their song, the merfolk will fade into legend. Kofi realizes that retrieving the pearls alone won't be enough. He must repair the trust between humans and merfolk to fully restore balance. Anya, now more hopeful in Kofi's dedication, pledges to guide him through the remaining challenges. The next pearl lies in the abyss of silence, a dark and perilous region of the ocean where light cannot penetrate. Kofi and Anya must navigate the pitch-black waters while avoiding massive sea serpents that hunt in the darkness. Guided by the ocean's whispers, Kofi discovers a glowing kelp that illuminates their path. With teamwork and quick thinking, they retrieve the pearl from the nest of a sleeping serpent. As they leave, the serpent awakens, forcing Kofi to use his enchanted net to ward it off. The whispers lead Kofi and Anya to a sunken city that was once a thriving human settlement. There, they find murals depicting the ancient alliance between humans and merfolk, as well as clues to the curse's origins. The murals reveal that the curse was activated by a king's betrayal, but it can only be undone by an act of unity between their descendants. Realizing that Kofi's bloodline is connected to the betrayer, Anya hesitates, unsure if he can truly be trusted. Anya's growing doubt about Kofi's sincerity strains their partnership. She questions whether a human prince can genuinely care for her people, given his ancestors' betrayal. Kofi, deeply hurt but understanding her perspective, vows to prove himself through actions, not words. Their conversation is interrupted by another storm, this one unnaturally fierce. Anya saves Kofi from drowning, and in that moment, she begins to see the depth of his commitment to their cause. The next pearl is guarded by the spirit of the deep, an ancient mermaid who has remained neutral in the conflict. She agrees to give up the pearl only if Kofi can solve a riddle that tests his understanding of harmony between land and sea. After much thought, Kofi answers the riddle correctly, earning the spirit's respect. She warns them, however, that Amaza grows stronger with each pearl they retrieve and that their final confrontation will require unparalleled bravery. The whispers guide Kofi and Anya to the last pearl, hidden within a volcano beneath the ocean. The heat and unpredictable currents make the journey nearly impossible. As they near the volcano, they encounter Amaza, who has been waiting to ambush them. Amaza unleashes her full fury, summoning waves and whirlpools to trap them. Using the conch shell and his wits, Kofi devises a plan to outmaneuver her. With Anya's help, they retrieve the final pearl and escape, but not without injuries that leave them both weakened. Kofi and Anya return to the shore to prepare for the final ritual to lift the curse. The pearls glow brighter as they are brought together, signaling that the moment of truth is near. However, Amaza is not finished and follows them to the surface. The people of the Gold Coast are shocked to see Anya and Amaza, the first merfolk they have encountered in centuries. Kofi pleads with his people to trust him, promising that unity is the key to saving both realms. Prince Kofi's plea for unity is met with skepticism and fear from the people of the Gold Coast. Many view the merfolk as dangerous myths, while others are swayed by Kofi's sincerity. The elders of the kingdom call for a council meeting to determine whether to support Kofi's quest. Anya, despite her weakened state, speaks to the council, sharing her people's plight and the dangers of the curse. Her words touch some hearts, but others remain unconvinced, fearing Amaza's wrath and distrusting the prince's alliance with the merfolk. Amaza interrupts the council meeting, appearing in the form of a massive, dark wave that looms over the palace. She demands the pearls, warning that failure to comply will bring the ocean's full fury upon the kingdom. Kofi refuses, standing firm in his resolve to undo the curse. Amaza gives the kingdom 3 days to surrender the pearls, vowing to destroy the land if they defy her. The council descends into chaos, and Kofi realizes he must act quickly to unite his people and prepare for the final confrontation. Kofi and Anya consult the ocean's whispers to learn how to perform the ritual to lift the curse. They discover that the pearls must be placed in a sacred basin on the shore at sunrise, but the ritual requires an act of selflessness from both human and merfolk. Kofi volunteers to be the human participant, while Anya offers herself as the merfolk representative. The ocean warns them that the ritual will demand a great sacrifice, but neither hesitates, determined to save their realms. With the ritual planned, Kofi rallies his people to defend the kingdom from Amaza's impending attack. Warriors fortify the coastline, while fishermen prepare traps using the enchanted net and other tools blessed by the ocean spirits. Anya calls upon the remaining merfolk, urging them to stand alongside the humans despite their centuries of mistrust. Though hesitant, they agree, moved by Kofi and Anya's bravery. The stage is set for an epic battle that will decide the fate of both realms. At dawn, Amaza launches her attack, summoning massive waves and sea creatures to assault the shore. Humans and merfolk fight side by side, their combined strength surprising Amaza's forces. Kofi proves himself a capable leader, directing the defense with courage and strategic insight. Despite their efforts, Amaza's power proves overwhelming. The kingdom suffers heavy losses, and the coastline begins to crumble under the force of the waves. Kofi and Anya realize that the battle is merely a distraction to prevent them from completing the ritual. Under the cover of chaos, Kofi and Anya make their way to the sacred basin, carrying the pearls. Amaza notices their absence and diverts her attention to stop them. She confronts them at the basin, unleashing her fury in a final attempt to claim the pearls. Kofi uses the conch shell to summon the ocean's allies, creating a temporary shield that allows him and Anya to place the pearls in the basin. However, Amaza breaks through, and a fierce battle ensues between the three. As the pearls glow with energy, the ocean's whispers reveal the final requirement for the ritual. One of them must give up something they cherish most. Kofi offers his royal status, pledging to live as a commoner if it means saving his people. Anya, moved by his selflessness, offers her voice, the essence of her identity as a mermaid. Together, their sacrifices activate the pearls, which emit a blinding light that forces Amaza to retreat. The ritual's completion lifts the ancient curse. The ocean calms, and the once darkened waters become vibrant again. The merfolk regain their voices, and the alliance between humans and merfolk is restored. Amaza, stripped of her power, transforms into a harmless sea creature, her rage dissipating as she is absorbed into the waves. Kofi and Anya share a moment of relief, knowing their sacrifices were not in vain. Kofi returns to his people, who celebrate his bravery and wisdom. True to his promise, he abdicates the throne, passing it to a younger sibling while dedicating his life to maintaining the harmony between land and sea. Anya, now unable to sing, becomes an ambassador for the merfolk, fostering peace and understanding between their worlds. Her bond with Kofi deepens, rooted in mutual respect and sacrifice. Kofi and Anya travel along the coast, teaching communities about the importance of unity and respect for the ocean. Their story inspires a new generation to cherish the bond between humans and merfolk, ensuring the mistakes of the past are not repeated. Through their journey, Kofi reflects on his transformation from a prince burdened by tradition to a leader guided by compassion and wisdom. Anya finds fulfillment in her new role, proving that her voice is not the only measure of her strength. Years later, the Gold Coast thrives as a beacon of harmony between land and sea. The sacred pearls are enshrined in a temple where humans and merfolk come to honor their shared history. Kofi and Anya, now legends in their own right, Watch as their legacy lives on in the unity they fought so hard to achieve. The ocean's whispers, once filled with sorrow, now sing a melody of hope, a reminder that even the deepest divides can be bridged with courage, sacrifice, and love. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Kindly share, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more stories like this.